that is just a white t-shirt.
It's just a white t-shirt.
And jobs are definitely needed. It's basically a white t-shirt with gold on.
If we're going to criticise other shirts for just being a t-shirt, that is another one that's really just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to share with you what we have discovered whilst bouncing around Europe on Michael Owen's chopper. In our previous videos, we've done a little bit of a review of the other 14 from the Premier League and the big 6 from the Premier League. And
if you haven't seen that Michael Owen chopper, link's going to be
here. We'll post a link for you, but definitely Michael Owen's chopper is something to behold. Yeah, we've done a video reviewing the other 14 from the Premier League. We've done the big 6 as well. We were largely underwhelmed, particularly with the kits of the big 6. So we have taken a little look around Europe to see just what has been going on with some of the brands that are perhaps not present in the Premier League or less present in the Premier League, and also just to see kind of a few random clubs as to what they've got and if the standard of design is better elsewhere this season.
Yeah, definitely.
Craig, what have you got for
us?
Well,
I've got to say first, a big shout out to Subside for supporting me on all this. This is
as
not
always
being able to have been done without them. I'm going to start with a bit of a curveball, and I'm going to go over to Italy and Monza.
Ooh.
For those that know, this is the 110 anniversary shirt, we think. This is the home, this is the away. And I've got to be honest, I like Lotto, but it's a bit of a car crash. And I'll tell you why. It's very simple. The one thing you've got to get right if you're going to do a sublimation print is make sure that it doesn't bleed. And on a red and white top, as I took it out of the bag, you can see it's bled already. So you can see where the stripe is almost pink.
Let's have a look.
Down the sides, which I think is pretty poor. The badge application isn't too bad. There's loads of sponsors all over it, as you'd kind of expect. The fabric itself is just average. It's not that great. But the good news is, Monza are doing quite well, and it doesn't get any better on the away kit. In fact, I'd arguably say it gets worse because the red is really bleeding into the white, which I just think, today's technology, you can definitely get that better. So not a big fan of them. So sadly, Lotto, I think you need to improve that a little bit. But one thing that I do love is the Porto shirt.
So we've had a few choice words to say about what New Balance have done.
Yeah, and
Roma.
I'm sure it's just coincidence. I'd love to think that we've influenced the badge technique, but I'm sure it's probably more coincidence than anything else. But it's great to see that they've actually got rid of the nipple grater. And they have done such a lovely job of that New Balance logo. It's really soft.
Let's have a fondle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, that.
Yeah, really nice. And then on top of that, the fabrics that they've actually used are really nice. So we've actually got, a knitted stripe detail in there, which has actually got a bit of body mapping going on. So body mapping is where we're able to get perforated holes in certain parts of the jersey. That's what they've got through the blue, and the white stays solid. And then they've taken it into the sleeve head, which is really nice. Overall, I think that is a cracking kit. So really well done, New Balance. If I was a Porto fan, I'd be all over that. I love the Super Bock on the back as well, because as much as I'm not an alcoholic, I do like a pint of Super Bock. So yeah, I think that is arguably one of the nicest shirts I've seen Porto do for a while. So kudos to you. Love that. What have you got over your side, Rob?
I have got a Barcelona pre-match jersey, which is really quite the sight.
I quite like that.
I like it, but I can imagine it would look amazing on an elite athlete, probably not so amazing on pasty old me. But yeah, I think the graphic's cool. It obviously relates back to Catalonia and Barcelona itself. The crest has been shrunk down compared to what we would usually expect to see, certainly on a game day jersey.
Do you think that's because of the graphic, Rob?
I think so, yeah, just to keep the proportion of the swoosh and the crest within the graphic boxes. Obviously got that Spotify logo on it. I think here, and knowing what we paid for this, at £55 in the UK, comes in a little bit cheaper than a game day shirt, and I think unless you specifically wanted a game day shirt, there's probably a little bit more value in this. It's going to be a bit more unique. So yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I like that.
It's quite nice. Bit of graphic interest. And then from the Sublime 2, it's not ridiculous. There's just nothing there. This is Eintracht Frankfurt.
We do have the away. That is just a white T-shirt,
It's just a white T-shirt.
and jobs are definitely needed. What about the away kit, though? In all fairness,
Where can
I mean
find
that's
It
going to be
really
basically
is.
a team sports effort, in it, really.
Yeah, it's rubbish. Which, because it's not like it's the first time Eintracht Frankfurt have been playing in European competition. They've been up near the top end of the Bundesliga for a few years now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here we've got the away jersey, which at least has got a nice graphic on it. It's kind of feels weird when I hold it up. The weight of it feels unbalanced, and I'm not sure why, whether it's to do with perhaps the sleeve material's quite light, but yeah, it feels like it really wants to pull down. Hard to describe. Perhaps buy one from Subside Sports and you can find out for yourself. But yeah, at least from a graphic perspective, it's a nice shirt, that.
Yeah, it's not bad. They're just pretty black and white,
Straightforward,
really,
yeah.
aren't they? Stick them over your side and we'll get into some of
Okay.
the other ones. So, two of the shirts that I wanted to bring out was Bayern Munich's. We got the home and away replica shirts here. I think the home kit, I'm actually really quite impressed with. If I take a bit of a good look at this, it's got a really nice, a lot of the shirts you would expect that to be sublimated.
Yeah, so it'd be all white on the inside.
All white on the inside, but in actual fact that's knitted in.
Yeah.
And it's actually got a little bit of a perforation going on as well through the white holes, which I think are, the white stripes. So I think that's quite nice.
Yep.
Overall, as a kit, I don't mind that at all as a home kit. But that's probably why I just had a little bit of a slip up there. I think their away kit is dreadful.
Not a fan, mate.
No, I mean, I don't mind the gold, but it's when it gets sparkly on the shoulders. It's
Pretty sparkly up there.
Yeah, it's a bit full on. And really, from a distance, it's basically a white T-shirt with gold on. Obviously, as you get a little bit closer to it, it's got a nice little paneling detail through the centre. But overall, I'm not overly keen on it, if I'm honest with you.
Not like the little thing on the back. Looks like
Yeah,
it
I
might be
do.
one of the Ponty Pines from In the Night Garden.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that at all. But no, I mean, a little bit underwhelmed with the away kit, but certainly the home kit I think's lovely.
Yep.
I'd be all over that if I was a Bayern Munich fan.
Real Madrid.
Yeah,
It's. I think with Real Madrid shirts, I always feel somewhat underwhelmed, but then it's hard to know what else to do because they play in white. So as with designing England kits, there's only so much you can do, and it tends to be with Adidas, they'll change the colour of the stripes and the collar detail. It might be navy. This season we've got obviously this delightful lilac shade.
which is probably to bring in the away kit, which we have here as well.
Certainly looks that way, mate. I mean, this one's got the debossed Real Madrid crest. Might be a little bit easier to see on the back. That's debossed into the material. So, that's quite a nice feature within the fabric. But all in all, there isn't a lot of excitement happening here. Certainly, if I think of the similar collar that we saw on Man United and Arsenal, and it got quite interesting patterns and details within the knit.
Yeah.
This one is a lot more simple and straightforward. But
Yeah,
how much
but-
of that's driven by the club and how much of
Exactly.
it's by
That's
the brand?
exactly what I was
We
just
don't
about
know.
to say. Is that driven by the club? Because you know, Adidas have done some absolutely phenomenal kits.
Yep.
But I'd love to hear from Adidas how restrictive it is working with that federation. Are they so classic that the designers don't get to do too much?
Yep.
Because certainly looking at the away uniform, they've had a little bit more freedom. But it, again, considering some of the away kits they've done, certainly some of the World Cup kits as well, it feels a little bit underwhelming.
And you'd
It's
expect
just a-
Real Madrid to at least be on a level with the likes of Belgium.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's okay. Not overly blown away by that. Last couple I've got, or the last one I've got, there's one more for you there. Dortmund's away. There's not really much I can say about it. It's just got obviously a checkered graphic on the right hand side there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No,
It's bang
not really.
average, isn't it?
It's just a V-neck. Again, I could imagine the ultra weave version of this could be really quite interesting, but yeah, again, it's just
Not great.
Yeah, it's all right.
And then, finally bringing us home, we have got Benfica. So, yeah, another fairly simple shirt from Adidas here. It's got the contrast kind of double pinstripe running through the material, which I think is printed, unless I'm very much mistaken.
I think that's possibly
printed.
is,
You can see
It's
it
just bleeding
through.
through.
So, I mean, again, if we're going to criticise other shirts for just being a T-shirt, that is another one that's really just a T-shirt.
Yeah, but I would wonder, without having the pro version here, it was a similar sort of situation when you had,
Man
was it
United
Man
last
United,
season.
you know, where there was a lot of detail in the ribs.
Yeah.
So whether the pro version's
Just
got
not
that.
translated across.
No, and I think
Yeah.
that's one of the challenges. But yeah, overall, Rob, I would say there's some interesting ones out of the lot we've seen. My standout, if I may, is definitely going back to the Porto. New Balance, great job on that one. I think if that was in the Premier League, that would definitely be up there for me.
Yeah.
And I actually really quite like the Barcelona one, just simply because it's a mad graphic, and it very much talks into Barcelona. So I quite like. It's a very simplistic design, but I quite like the graphic on it.
Well, if we
So,
can get
yeah.
200 likes on the video in the next series, Craig will wear this top in one of the videos.
Oh, we might just give it away. That might be better.
Should we do that?
I would.
Okay then, like, subscribe, leave a comment and tag a friend for your chance to win this Barcelona pre-match jersey. It certainly is the pick of the bunch of what we've got on the table today. I think what we saw at the World Cup was some amazing shirts, and as much as some of the templates are the same, I don't know whether the level of design intent, the conceptual thinking behind the execution of the club teams can live up to what was done for the World Cup, which feels like a shame. It feels like it should be a whole year of amazing kit design and not just those that made it to Qatar. Do you agree with us? Can you think of any teams across Europe or indeed the rest of the world that have got an amazing shirt? What could be the best shirt in the world this year? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, tag in a friend as well if you want your chance to win that Barcelona jersey. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yep.
I hope you've enjoyed your flight with me today and with my teammates. Trust me, you're in good hands.